You think all massive prehistoric predators went extinct millions of years ago? Then explain the footage captured just 3 months ago by marine biologists Dr. Sarah Chen and Dr. Michael Rodriguez off the coast of South Africa, a 60-foot serpentine creature with characteristics that match no known species. Tonight, you'll discover 7 ancient creatures that weren't myths, they were memories. Stay until number 1. What researchers found last month will shatter your understanding of what's possible. For over 40,000 years, Aboriginal Australians spoke of the rainbow serpent, a colossal reptile that could swallow humans whole. Western scientists dismissed these as primitive creation myths. Then came March 15, 1859. Dr. George Bennett's expedition was working near Lake Eyre when flash floods exposed ancient riverbed. What they found defied explanation. The bones were massive, far larger than any known reptile, Dr. Bennett wrote. The skull alone measured 3 feet, with teeth designed for one purpose: tearing flesh from living prey. Megalania prisca, a monitor lizard over 23 feet long, weighing 1,300 pounds. Radiocarbon dating proved it lived alongside early humans. Aboriginal elder William Namajira's 1923 testimony describes encounters with chilling accuracy. The great lizard moved like shadow and lightning. Its eyes held ancient hunger, and when the blood moon rises, the old ones say it walks again. If Megalania vanished 50,000 years ago, why do remote communities still report massive lizard sightings? Last year, Megalania-sized tracks were photographed near Uluru. Hoax? Or is something prehistoric still hunting in Australia's red centre? But our next creature proves humanity's nightmares ran much deeper. In Asia's misty mountains, locals whispered for centuries about massive, hair-covered giants stalking bamboo forests. The Yeti. Science called it folklore. In 1935, anthropologist Dr. Ralph von Koenigswald was browsing a China sea pharmacy when he found something that sent shockwaves through academia: a molar the size of a human thumb. Gigantopithecus blacki. Standing 10 feet tall, weighing 1,200 pounds, it was the largest primate ever to walk Earth. For over 1 million years, it dominated Asian forests alongside early humans. Ancient Chinese texts speak of mountain wild men with tremendous strength. Marco Polo wrote of great hairy men in Asian wilderness. Every description matches Gigantopithecus perfectly. Tibetan monk Tenzin. Norbu's recorded account describes an encounter. It stood taller than temple doors, with arms like tree trunks and eyes filled with ancient wisdom. It watched us, understanding something we could not. If Gigantopithecus died out 300,000 years ago, why do expeditions in remote Himalayan regions still report massive bipedal figures? In 2023, trail cameras in Bhutan captured shadows moving unlike any known animal. Could evolution's greatest giants still roam Earth's most remote places? That's nothing compared to our next impossible survivor. The Tasmanian tiger officially went extinct in 1936, when the last captive died in Hobart Zoo. Case closed. Tell that to the 3,000-plus people who've seen it since. Thylacynus cynocephalus was nature's perfect predator, a marsupial with wolf body, tiger stripes, and jaws opening 120 degrees. It ruled Australia for millions of years. Aboriginal Australians called it the spirit dog that walks between worlds, capable of appearing and disappearing at will. European settler James Morrison wrote in 1834, "A demon with wolf face and shadow stripes, moving silent as death through moonlit forests." Since 1936, trail cameras have captured striped figures in Tasmanian wilderness. In 2018, DNA analysis of hair samples revealed genetic markers consistent with thylacine, despite 80-plus years of extinction. Park Ranger David Webb described his 2019 encounter. "I saw it at Forest Edge, watching me. Those stripes were unmistakable. It stared 10 seconds, then vanished like it was never there." Just last month, tourists near Cradle Mountain photographed what appears to be a thylacine family group. All the images remain unexplained. Could Tasmania's apex predator be living as ghosts in a world that declared them dead? But our next creature had an even more terrifying reputation. Medieval Europeans lived in terror of devil's hounds, massive bear-like demons standing 11 feet tall with supernatural strength. Church documents describe beasts sent from hell to punish the wicked. They weren't supernatural, they were worse. They were real. Ursus spelaeus dominated Europe for 100,000 years. Standing 11 feet tall, weighing 2,200 pounds, they were 30% larger than modern grizzlies and infinitely more aggressive. In 1998, archaeologist Dr. Elena Kovac was exploring Austrian caves when her team discovered something extraordinary. Perfectly preserved cave bear claw marks gouged into stone walls alongside, human artifacts. The scratches were 8 feet high, Dr. Kovich recorded. Whatever made them was massive beyond imagination. 13th century chronicle records, Brother Francis encountered the demon bear in Black Forest. It stood taller than our chapel door with eyes like burning coals. Only prayer saved him. Scientists found evidence matching these descriptions perfectly. Abandoned settlements, mass graves suggesting entire communities fled in terror. In remote European mountains, hikers still report encounters with bears, far larger than any known species. Last winter, massive tracks were found in Romanian Carpathians, 30% larger than any recorded bear print. Could cave bears still rule the deepest mountain caverns? Our next predator suggests prehistoric nightmares were even more widespread. Native American tribes shared identical legends about shadow panthers, massive cats with dagger teeth that hunted human souls. Paleontologists thought these were myths, until T.O. Hay started digging. Smilodon fatalis wasn't just a predator, it was evolution's perfect killing machine. 7-inch canine teeth, muscles powerful enough to take down creatures 10 times its size, ruling the Americas for 2.5 million years. In 2019, Dr. Amanda Torres' team in California discovered something that changed everything. A Smilodon den with clear evidence of coordinated pack hunting, exactly matching tribal legends. Cherokee medicine man Joseph Ridge's recorded testimony describes them perfectly. Shadow cats moved like ghosts through moonlight, their long teeth gleaming like ice. They understood our thoughts and hunted not just our bodies, but our fear itself. The official extinction date is 10,000 years ago, but across the Americas, people still report encounters with massive cats bearing elongated canines. Last year, Amazon researcher Dr. Miguel Santos photographed tracks from an unknown feline, 3 times larger than any jaguar, with clear saber-toothed spa. Sing. Could nature's perfect killers still stalk remote wilderness? Our next creature proves the skies held even greater terrors. South American indigenous peoples spoke of thunderbirds, colossal winged creatures that snatched humans and carried them to mountain nests. Spanish conquistadors dismissed these as primitive superstitions. The conquistadors were fools. Titaniswelleri stood 8 feet tall with razor-sharp beaks and powerful legs. They couldn't fly, but could run 40 miles per hour and leap incredible distances, appearing to fly as they bounded across landscapes. Ancient Incan texts describe encounters perfectly. Thunderbird descended from mountain peaks, its cry shaking earth. With talons like spear points and beak that could crack stone, it was death-given wings. Recent fossilized trackways show terror birds actively hunted human settlements. Scratch marks on ancient dwellings match terror bird claw patterns exactly. Spanish missionary Father Diego wrote in 1580, "Dusta cansa nati." Vez spoke true of flying demons. I witnessed such a creature descend upon our camp, standing taller than horses, with beak sharp enough to pierce armor. In remote Patagonian mountains, indigenous guides refuse certain paths, claiming thunderbirds still nest in hidden valleys. Could these prehistoric monsters still rule forgotten corners of South America? But even terror birds pale compared to our final creature. Every ancient culture feared supernatural wolves, massive hounds with glowing eyes that hunted in packs. Norse mythology called them hellhounds. They weren't legends, they were memories. Canis deerus was 25% larger than modern wolves, with twice the bite force and pack strategies modern science barely understands. Recent DNA analysis revealed they weren't even wolves. They were an entirely separate species, evolution designed as perfect killing machines. Medieval chronicles describe encounters with shocking accuracy. Wolves of unusual size with heads like bear, and eyes reflecting moonlight like mirrors. They moved with intelligence beyond animal cunning. Archaeological evidence shows dire wolf packs exceeded 30 individuals, larger than any modern predator group, using complex hunting strategies, including driving prey toward pack members positioned miles away. In 2016, Alaskan researchers discovered fresh tracks from an unknown canine, 30% larger than the biggest known wolf, with evidence of pack behavior involving 20-plus individuals. Could dire wolves have survived in remote Arctic regions, evolving even larger and more intelligent over thousands of years of isolation?